Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Legends 1 to 120 video on the latest team race monster, Fatid. I want to give a huge thanks to my team member Wolfgang for letting me use his account to make this video for all of you guys. Well, that was an odd ultimate animation. Anyhow, let's get right into this monster. The first thing I want to say about this monster is that one thing did change, one major thing in my opinion, and that is his trait. So let me just slowly level him up. Cool, I got Trader Eater. That skill in my opinion is a must-have skill. You want to keep it on this monster. Let me level him up to level 10. Fart Machine, okay. Anyhow, so let me check out his trait now. If we click on it, he actually has Tough. All status effects have a 35% less accuracy against this monster. So way better than Hardened. Obviously Hardened is only a 20% less chance to get hit with negative effects. This is the general trait, which is really interesting that he has his trait. Another normal monster that has his trait is Alkanine. Anyhow, I personally would have preferred Mountain, because with Mountain he would have been immune to the main control effects, to freeze, to stun, and then also because he has 2 extra turn skills and 2 revival skills, in a way he's also sort of immune to possession if he's possessed on the first turn, and possessing him is quite dangerous because he can actually kill the enemy monsters or one of the enemy monster teammates that possessed him. So now that he has Tough, now he's vulnerable to getting stunned, mega freeze, and all of that stuff. But nonetheless, overall, I still think he's a pretty good monster. I don't think this monster can be ran with 3 speed runes. I think he has to be run with either 2 team speed. I'm gonna go ahead and give him runes right now. I think 2 team speed, 1 life rune, or you can just go 3 team speed. Now Wolfgang has asked me to do 3 team speed, which is what I'm personally going to do. I think it's the better rune setup. You could give him a life rune and capitalize on his high life. This monster currently has the highest life in the whole entire game, so there's nothing wrong with giving him a life rune. Not to mention he also has a skill that can heal his life. It gives him double healing, it gives him life regeneration, immediate extra turn. So if you give him a life rune, he's going to be extremely tanky, and then he can just revive your monsters when they die. So whether you give him 2 team speed and a life or 3 team speed, I think either or is really good. Any other combination probably isn't that great. And with that said, let's keep feeding this monster. Let's get him up to level 15 and see what new skill I have for him. His new skill is Decayed Limb, deals moderate nature damage. That's not good, but we'll replace the default skill. Let's get him to level 20, and let's see what he has at level 20. Rotten Claw deals massive nature damage to one enemy, applies poison and bleeding to one enemy. We're gonna replace Lord of Disease, and we'll keep on going. So really quickly, I'll talk about Trader Eater. Removes positive status effects and 100% of total life from one enemy, gives 100% of stamina and 1 extra turn to itself. The reason, in my opinion, you want this skill is because the other skills he has are revival skills. So essentially what you can do is you can kill off one of your own allies and then just revive them, thanks to the fact that he gets an immediate extra turn. And speaking of which, this is the main revival skill. Vein-Worms resurrects one ally with 100% life for 2 turns and applies triple damage to one ally. This, in my opinion, is better than the team revival, just because the team revival is only going to be reviving 2 of your allies, and they also die after 1 turn, which in Team Wars might not be the most useful. However, it could come in handy because if you were going to lose the match and reviving your allies helps you get at least 2 coins or even 1 coin, that's better than no coins. And so I definitely do like the team revival skill. However, if you are only deciding between one, definitely go with a single revival. I think that's going to come in handy more often than none. Plus it gives the monster triple damage, which is way better in my opinion than the other one, which I think is double damage. Oh, and also that team revival, I think it only brings back 50% of their life. In my opinion, isn't that significant whether it's 100 or 50%, just because they have a Reaper countdown of 1 turn, so they will be dying anyhow. So let me just keep on feeding. Infected Breath, we'll talk about that skill, because that's a skill some people may want to run. I'm personally not going to recommend it, but it's not a bad skill. This is the skill I was talking about. Decomposing Body applies double healing and regeneration to itself, gives 1 extra turn to itself. How incredible is that? You get regeneration, which normally takes a while to take effect, right? Because you have to wait to your next turn to actually get healed. But you get an immediate extra turn, which means that regeneration immediately kicks off, but you also give yourself double healing. So this monster, he can heal so much in 1 turn, especially because he's so tanky, especially if you choose to give him a life rune. So he has 3 of the 4 skills I want, and let's see if I can get the last revival skill, and then we can talk about a skill set. Organism, nope. Heals itself by 40%, applies poison. That's pretty good too, but not really worth it in my opinion, unless you want to make him like this severe strong tank, but I think he has a better purpose. Let's see. This one, Vein-Worms Infestation. Resurrects allies with 50% life for 1 turn, applies double damage to allies, requires cooldown. And so in my opinion, you can either run Vein-Worms Infestation or Infected Breath. You'll notice that if you don't run Infected Breath, this monster isn't going to have any way of dealing damage. Vine Worms, this is a revival skill. Decomposing Body, it's just a self-healing skill. Traitor Eater, this is a kill off your own ally skill, give yourself an extra turn. So if you run Vein Worms Infestation, you're going to have no means of doing damage. Whereas if you run Infected Breath, you have a skill that can apply poison and bleeding to all of the enemy monsters, which may definitely be useful. However, I'm not going to personally be recommending it, because I don't feel like if you run this monster, I don't think you need him to attack. He's just there to revive your fallen comrade and then have that monster finish off the enemy team. Like in my opinion, the main scenario you're going to find yourself in with this monster is that maybe your attack monster is possessed, maybe frozen, stunned, maybe your attack monster is dead. In which case you're just going to revive your attacker with Vein Worms, have him come back from the dead, and with that triple damage he's going to be able to obliterate the enemy team. That's most often what you're going to be doing, so I don't think he really benefits from having a poison and bleed AoE. He actually even has a single target that's really powerful, but I don't think he personally needs it. However, if you don't agree with me, which is totally valid because it's kind of weird having a monster that can't deal any damage, then I would recommend you run either the single target skill or the multiple enemy skill, the Infected Breath. But for my skill set, it's going to be these 4 skills: Vein Worms, Decomposing Body, Traitor Eater, and Vein Worms Infestation. And what I really like about this skill set is that even if you're going second and the enemy does AoE possession and you happen to get possessed, as long as the enemy has 3 monsters alive, your monster, your Fatid, won't be able to do Vein Worms or Vein Worms Infestation, meaning he can only use 1 of 2 skills, either Decomposing Body or Traitor Eater. If he does Decomposing Body, well, you just recover your own life, you don't attack your own team, you don't do anything to your own team, which is pretty good. If you do Traitor Eater, well, because that effect says removes positive effects and 100% of total life from one ally, that's actually going to work against the enemy that possessed you. So you're actually going to kill off one of the enemy monsters and give yourself an extra turn, and then you can do whatever you want from there. So I think possessing this monster is kind of scary if you're running these 4 skills. Now if you choose to run the other skill that I just gave up, the AoE Poison and Bleed, well, there's a chance you do that to your own team, which wouldn't be that nice. Now that may not be the best reason to completely disregard a skill just for like one possible scenario, but in my opinion, I think that's fine. I think you're good off with that. And so cool, he's at level 115 right now. I decided to skip the level up portion because that's just a waste of time, and I decided not to level him up all the way to 120 just in case I do want to change one of the skills, because there's some testing we need to do. First of all, we need to figure out how is the turn order affected when we revive a dead ally. So we're going to do that by playing an adventure map. And so alright, let's get right into it and let's test. So this is kind of the scenario you're going to find yourself in most often. You're going to have a deny monster that goes first and denies. So I'll do round drain. You're going to have an attacker that attacks, and then you're going to have Fatid. Or instead of attacker then Fatid, it might be Fatid then the attacker. So check this out. I can do Splitting Harpoon, doesn't kill anyone. So I'm just going to do Favorite Harpoon, and then we'll see what happens when I kill off my Shork and bring him back from the dead. So I will do Traitor Eater, kill off my Shork, he's dead, got my stamina back, I get an immediate extra turn, and then I can do Worms to revive him, and let's see what happens to the turn order. Okay, so the turn order stayed the same, so that's good, that's really good. So let me just recharge, and check this out, he has triple damage and curse countdown, so he's gonna die in 2 turns, but let's do Splitting Harpoon. Look at that, with triple damage, he's strong enough to kill everyone, of course if he doesn't miss. Let's click fight, and let's see what happens here. So, it is still, learning is faster, are you serious? How's learning faster? What's your speed? 49, 44. Oh right, maybe I need to go to 120, then I'll have the speed advantage. Alright, we'll go with Katsu Jinkin. This time I'll kill off my deny monster and I'll revive him, and we'll see how the turn order is affected. So let's just recharge. Let's do Traitor Eater. Kihaku is dead. And then I also gotta test if I can maybe not kill off a monster if he has a shield or something. So that's worth testing. So right now it's gonna be 3 enemy monsters, then Lernian, then Fatid again. Let's go Vein Worms and see what happens to the turn order. So Lily went, and then my Kihaku. So he kind of interrupted. Again, I'm not maybe this monster isn't gonna be that usable just because it's hard to predict the turn order. Alright, let's exit out of this battle and let's try a scenario where my attacker is slower. So that is going to be someone who's not 115. Lord Maltus. I believe Lord Maltus is pretty slow. Yep, perfect. Alright, let's see how this goes. So finally Fatid is first. The reason I want Fatid to be before the attacker is because I want to see if by reviving my dead ally, if the turn order stays the same. Because if it does, that's when he becomes super powerful. And look, I even got my ultimate. The reason he becomes powerful is because you get to bring back your attacker with triple damage, and he doesn't die immediately, he dies after 2 turns. So, let's see if this works. It should be Lord Moltus next in the turn order. Let's kill him off, and let's bring him back with triple damage, and let's see how the turn order is affected, if anything. He's back, and it went right to him. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Now I can do Wildfire Slash, and super powerful, triple damage. Of course, it's still an AoE, you can still miss, but that's what we wanted to test out mostly. So let's try this out in actual PvP. And so, alright, we're in PvP. I brought Kihaku, I brought Isofex. The reason I brought Isofex is because he is slower. No, he's faster. Come on, why is he always faster? So I gotta level up my Fatid to make this usable. But we're gonna fight, and we'll see how this battle goes. So, luckily the enemy has Team Life Runes, which I think is useful because it really is I'm really gonna be able to show how strong I am, how strong the triple damage is on from Fatid's buff. So first I'll mobilize them. Immobilized everyone, perfect. I will do I'm just gonna recharge. I don't want to attack with him right away. Why did I miscalculate? 4652. But he has team speed. Yeah, I really need to level him up. Alright, let's just go ahead and do Trader Eater. Turn order is gonna be messed up, I believe. But let's see how exactly it's messed up. Let's go Worms. Bring him back from the dead. He has triple damage. I will do... I guess I can just recharge because they're immobilized with freeze. And then I'll recharge again. Gotta love that new... Anyhow, let's see. Fist from outer space. It's gonna kill everyone. So let's just utilize it. And everyone is dead. 71k damage. That was beautiful. Alright, let's try this again. I'm gonna click fight. Alright, Kihaku, Isofex. Why Isofex? I think that speed relic is it landing on myself? Is that why? 5-2, 4-8. Hey Spanner, when the turn starts. Wait, why are you so fast? He's not supposed to be that fast. Why are you so fast? I'll show you guys why I'm saying that right now. So we'll do Katsu Jinkin. Alright, everyone's immobilized. We'll recharge again. We will... See, this is what I mean. If you don't have a skill, if you don't have the AoE Bleeding Poison, he really can't do anything. So, unless you do the Trader Eater combo... You know what? I should do Trader Eater on myself just to see what happens. I'm pretty sure it's just an auto kill, which would be just dumb. This time let's do the single one. I want to see what happens if I kill off all of the enemy team. And then, do I still die? I'm pretty sure I still die. But let's just make sure. So, freeze and possess everyone. Let's see. Deadly Artifice. Yeah, look at that animation. It is so fast now. That's awesome. Alright, we're gonna recharge. And I have Reaper Countdown for 1 turn. Haste Banner activated. Fists from outer space. Oh, I missed. So when you miss, you're obviously gonna lose your monster. Now the cool thing is, if you're running both revival skills, so here's another incentive to run both of them, you can just bring them back. And in Team Wars, this is gonna help you get your 2 coins or your 3 coins. So let's finish them off, and we will move on to the next PvP battle. But before that, let me just show you why I was so confused why Isofex is going first. When I click on feed, it shows my speed at 4570, and when I click on Isofex, it shows Isofex speed at 4173. So I'm wondering, why the heck is Isofex so fast? And then Kihaku 7204. So I don't know, I'm just gonna put a slower monster. Alright, we're gonna do this battle and we'll see how this shapes up. So turn order is my Denier, my Fatid, and my Attacker, which is exactly what I want, and this is hopefully gonna work out. We'll do Katsu Jinkin to immobilize. And then I'll do Trader Eater, kill off my Attacker, bring him back with triple damage. And that's pretty much the combo you're going to be using all the time if the turn order isn't messed up too much. Let's see. He's dead. It's Hiron Delior, then Taiga, then Lord Moltus. So, do Worms. Let's see. Does Lord Moltus? Yeah, perfect. So you basically just get an Attacker with triple damage, and any negative ailment he may have had will disappear. If your monster was blinded, if he was dazed, if he was blinded, dazed, sunburned, total blind, if he was frozen, stunned, it just completely forgets about it. It's a full reset on your monster. Comes back with full stamina, full life, triple damage, and then he's free to attack. How amazing is that? Especially if your attacker was possessed and your attacker was about to kill your own team, just kill him off and bring him back. It is so amazing. Alright, this next battle I'm going to do, you can see I have some really weird allies. I wanted to get in a situation where they possess my Fatid. Let's hope somehow Kihaku lands the possession, but not the freeze. Let's hope Baba Yaga lands a possession. Let's see if I can make this work out, just to see how Traitor Eater works when I'm possessed. So let's hope it works out. So come on, Baba Yaga, go ahead and possess me. I'm gonna go ahead and do Decomposing Body just to get rid of this skill. That way, if I do get possessed, the only possible skill Fatid will be able to use will be Traitor Eater. So I'll go ahead and, yeah, because I can't use these, right? Yeah, I can't. There's no way. So, yep, exactly. So let's recharge. Recharge with Noctum. And go ahead, Baba Yaga. Force Kidnapper. Is that possession? Nightmares? Darn it, I didn't get possessed. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and recharge again. And he's going to kill my allies. That's fine. Please possess me. Don't freeze me. I got frozen but not possessed. Not what I wanted. Alright, that's fine. Let's just keep recharging until I get possessed, just so I can do Traitor Eater. Look at those animations. They're so fast. It's amazing. Negate healing. Oh, that's going to hurt actually. Alright, please possess me. Please possess me. Or give your stamina regen. That's fine too, I guess. I kind of feel like healing off. No, I don't want to do that. So let's do, no, let's not revive. Let's get rid of these negative ailments. With Fatid, I'm gonna go ahead and resurrect. And I'm still waiting to get possessed. Come on, please possess. Ancient Wisdom. We possessed the wrong guy. Come on, please land a possession. Let's go ahead and stun Kihaku. Come on, do AoE possession or single possess me. Alright, recharge here. He's gonna die next turn. Let's do Decomposing Body. No, Pestilence Curse, Traitor Eater. That's all I've been wanting to do, Traitor Eater. Alright, let's see. Come on. Let's do recharge. Alright, Baba Yaga, please land your possession. Rotten Blue Nose, that's not possession. So I lost my monster. Let's do possession. Possessing. It's not landing. Alright, hey everyone, so I didn't want to bore you with waiting to get possessed, but finally Baba Yaga attacked me. I finally got possessed, and thank goodness I didn't get frozen. Let's see what Fatid does. Now that he's possessed. He can only do one skill, and that's Traitor Eater, which is what I want to show off. Or I guess he can recharge, which I hope he doesn't recharge. Or he even has his ult, so let's charge. He got his ultimate, darn it! Ah, man. So he's attacking my own team. I really want him just to be possessed. I really want him to be possessed. And then he can do Traitor Eater against the team. Let's go ahead and do no rest for the wicked. I don't want to work. So I'm just gonna stop talking until I get possessed again. Hey everyone, so unfortunately I couldn't get in a situation where I got possessed and then could do Traitor Eater. I've been recording for like 3 or 5 minutes now, and at one point I did my ultimate against the enemy, so the Reaper Countdown is taking effect now. You just saw Balthazar die, next you're gonna see Baba Yaga die thanks to Reaper Countdown. One thing I really noticed is how really difficult it is to take out this monster, thanks to that life regeneration, to that double healing. Like, he's just so hard to take out, and even when I lost my 2 allies, I brought them back. Undertaker can also bring people back. If you have 2 revive monsters, oh my gosh, it is going to be so hard to take down your team. So anyhow, I am just going to stun Kihaku, and that was a miss. That's fine. I don't think he has enough stamina. Yeah, he has enough stamina to do that, but I think I should be able to win, right? Does Reaper Countdown? Yeah, that skill doesn't take away negative effects. Oh, I got confused. So now here's a bad thing. If you're confused when there's when enemy monsters are still alive, then there is the possibility that you revive one of them. So let's see what happens. Maybe I'll do Traitor Eater and it'll be a good way to finish off. So let's just click on myself. Nope, just to recharge. Come on, how cool would that have been to do Traitor Eater and just finish off the enemy Kihaku. Anyhow, let's just go ahead and finish them off manually. Let's see if I can apply Days and Nightmares. And then, hey, maybe I'll get possessed. Come on, Kihaku. Recharge. Nope. So, as I said, I have no real way of finishing him off, but I can recover all of my life essentially thanks to Decomposing Body. I can bring back my dead soldier, and then if this was a war scenario, I would have a 3-coin victory, which is pretty darn amazing. So I'll just recharge here. Let's see what Kihaku does. Let's see. Maybe he'll possess me. like I've always wanted. And there's a chance confusion. Okay, so let's see what he does. Maybe he'll revive the enemy team. Let's recharge. And let's see what happens. Let's see, I have, oh, Trader Eater. So, just to recharge. Maybe he can do Trader Eater? I don't know anymore. Man, this sucks. This really sucks. This was way longer than it should have been. Let's just do Cryptid Doors, and he's still going to be alive. I think I'm just going to have to try against, when I find a team that only does possession, that's when I'll try, and we'll see whether Trader Eater is that effective or not. Anyhow, let's just finish him off. I'll use Noctum, Exhausting Force, and before we end this video, I still want to test how does removing negative effects work. So for example, Noctum, he still died even though all the enemy team died. So in a team war scenario, you would still lose. So that's why you want to be careful about the AoE revival. You're still going to lose your monster that attacks last. Now, like I said, it could be better than getting 1 coin or no coins. So it's still definitely a good skill, but you just got to be careful about using it. Alright, so I'm going to run Incognita and General Ingvar, and we're just going to test whether or not removing negative effects on the 1 turn Reaper countdown, if that's good enough to protect your monster from dying. So we'll do Infestation, come back from the dead, General Ingvar. So as you can see, he has Reaper countdown. In 1 turn he is going to die, but let's see what happens if I do Encouragement, which removes negative effects. Will that get rid of Reaper countdown, or will it still take effect? And the verdict, it still kills him. So that's not going to work. Removing negative effects on the 1 turn Reaper countdown, that's not good enough to save your monster. Oh, we can still play this, cool. So we'll recharge and we'll try the other one. So we'll try the 2 turn. We'll try the 2 turn Reaper countdown and then removing negative effects. So look at that, back to full life. And let's do recharge and then recharge, or maybe attack. No, just recharge. I just want to revive General Ingvar and then do Encouragement again, which I think it's pretty obvious that should save him, but just for the sake of trying it, we're gonna try it. So we'll do Worms, come back from the dead, General Ingvar, perfect, and then Incognita. Go ahead and do Luck of the Draw, make it not Luck of the Draw. Fate is Fair, removes all negative effects from all allies. So General Ingvar, Reaper countdown is removed. Not essentially the same thing, but I mean still same concept, right? General Ingvar didn't remove negative effects, but teammate did. That's still fair. And as you can see, he no longer has Reaper countdown. Look at that, triple damage. He's possessed because he got possessed afterwards. Resurrected brings back target monster temporarily. Oh, that's interesting. It has 2 turns. Let's go ahead and just keep recharging. I wonder why it says that. Like, is it gonna say 1 turn? Oh, interesting. Let's maybe you can get rid of that. We'll find out. Maybe that's why the whole removing Reaper countdown doesn't work, because it's not even Reaper countdown that kills you. Let's go ahead and auto this to speed it up even more. Okay, we'll stop there. Let's go ahead and do Decomposing Body. No, let's just recharge. General Ingvar, let's charge. No, he's still alive. Okay, I was a little worried just because it still had it showed a positive effect, but it was still counting down. I'm like, wait, is he still gonna die? But no, it's good to know he is still alive. He is still well, and he's about to die, but he's still alive. And so as you can see, this monster really darn good in my opinion. The fact that you can literally just kill off your teammates and just bring them back from the dead, it is so darn unique to Monster Legends. It is definitely gonna affect the way people like strategize and everything. It is so darn cool. Look at that, they are back. Just like that, they are back. And again, Encouragement, it can't save. Encouragement won't save, or removing negative effects won't save the monster that does that skill, but it will save the other one. Like Incognita, now she's not gonna die. Ingvar died because he used his churn. He used the churn he had Reaper countdown to remove negative effects, so that's why it doesn't save him. But yeah, if you can use a monster that is immune to instant death, someone like Demise who can remove negative effects, then you can utilize that combo to protect both of your monsters. So let's see if I have more attacks to showcase that. And actually, I can't really showcase that because this Demise isn't running the Light Within, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and do Strength from Beyond on my Fatid, and then I'll use Fatid to kill Demise. Really quickly, Demise's trait immune to death countdown and instant kill effects. So when I do, actually, will this even work? Can I Trader Eater? Trader Eater. Yeah, okay, that still works. Okay, so she dies. And then I'll bring her back with the 1 turn Reaper countdown, and watch, she is not going to die thanks to her trait. So let me click on her. Curse countdown, monster will die when turn is over. Alright, we'll see about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and recharge, and I'll let the enemies do their thing. Let me auto this. Hopefully she stays alive. She is alive. Draining light, 1 turn before death, and 0 cooldown, 0 turns before death. Oh, it still kills her. Oh, that's interesting. I was pretty positive that she was still gonna survive because she's immune to death countdown. Whoa, maybe, I don't know if that's a bug or not. So that's interesting, that's worth checking out. So now you know, don't do that. And then just one more thing I want to try out, because I heard some people say that if a monster has an artifact, it won't, something about artifacts. So let me just see what the case is with artifact monsters. So I kill Timerion, I'll bring him back with a 1 turn Reaper countdown, and because he has the artifact trait, maybe, oh wow, you can't even revive him. That, what? Why can't you revive artifact monsters? That is weird. Oh, because it's a positive effect. So I guess that is intentional. Vine worms. Yeah, look, no revival of Timerion. So that's interesting. I don't know if that's a bug, a glitch, or what's going on. Whether or not the game mechanics allow artifact monsters to be revived or not. That was really interesting. Yeah, he's just completely dead. Wow. So there's a few things we need to check out. Whether or not immune to sudden death monsters, whether or not they can survive a revival from Fatid, whether artifact monsters should or shouldn't be revived. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on with this monster. And with that being said, that's going to conclude this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope it was informative. I tried to make these videos as informative as possible. With a new monster like this, I'm still learning. Actually, before I end, let me just go back to what I think his best skill set is. And let me go ahead and make him level 120. Because in my opinion, this is really his best skill set. Vein Worms, Decomposing Body, Traitor Eater, Vein Worms Infestation, and as for his runes, I recommend 3 team speed runes. Give him your best team speed. It's most ideal if he can go before your attacker, which will probably happen if your attacker is running 2 team speed and a strength, or 1 team speed and 2 strength. And as I said, the main combo with this monster is just going to be to use Traitor Eater on your own attacker, and once he's dead, just bring him back with Vein Worms. He'll have that triple damage, he'll be able to take out the enemy monsters. And as for why this monster can't bring back artifact monsters, I think it has something to do with the fact that, you see right there, Resurrected, I guess it needs to apply that on the monster for them to come back, and artifact monsters, they can't have any negative effects or positive effects, so maybe that's why. As for why someone like Demise, who's immune to sudden death, still died even though she had Curse countdown on, I'm wondering if it has something to do with the fact that the trait that Demise has, it says immune to death countdown and instant kill effects, whereas what Fatid has, it's more of its Curse countdown, not really death countdown. So maybe that subtle difference is why Demise still dies even though she has her trait. So I don't know, like I said, we need to look into this further. But with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, or if you didn't, please just let me know in the comments below. Really looking forward to hearing your guys' feedback, and I will see you all next time.